Quais são as nossas opções?
O mestre Dandelion disse que ele estava dividido entre o estilo de boudoir e decor de teatro. Prometeu ter se decidido logo que chegássemos. Agora estamos aqui, mas não foi feita nenhuma decisão. E a senhorita está terrivelmente surpresa em ter que escolher, embora, aparentemente, essa renovação toda seja para ela.
Para mim?
Ora, não é para mim. Agora pode, por favor, decidir antes que eu tenha um ataque?
Não faço ideia do que o Dandelion iria querer. Geralt, você o conhece há mais tempo. Diga algo.
Claro que eu o conheço há mais tempo, mas ele nunca nem mudou as meias por mim. Quem dirá chamar uma renovação completa? Ele claramente está fazendo isso por você. Você deve se decidir.
As nossas vidas giraram em torno do palco. E um cabaré é um tipo de teatro, de certa forma. Está bem, vamos fazer decoração de teatro. Eu espero mesmo que ele goste.
Uma escolha maravilhosa! Finalmente! Senhores, vocês podem parar de vadiagem. Mãos à obra!
Ora, acho que esse cabaré é real mesmo.
Desde que Dandelion herdou este lugar, ele tem falado dele o tempo inteiro. Eu só não esperava vê-lo agir. E tão rápido.
Quem sabe? Pode ser até que se acalme. Ele vai ter que ficar de olho no negócio. Quem diria?
Apesar do que as pessoas dizem dele, o Dandelion tem uma perspectiva bem racional da vida.
É verdade. Ele adere ao princípio de que uma vida bem vivida é uma vida aproveitada.
Não precisa debochar.
Não estou debochando, é sério. Não tem nada de errado com o princípio. O Dandelion sabe aproveitar a vida. É uma coisa boa.
O Dandelion pode ser responsável. Ele sempre paga quem trabalha para ele na hora certa. E ele nunca perdeu uma performance.
Espero mesmo que sua abertura não seja a primeira. Ele ainda não chegou.
Bem, ele disse que logo que conseguisse o dinheiro, iria falar com Polly, a nossa coreógrafa. Ela não veio aos últimos ensaios. Eu espero mesmo que ele não tenha se metido em apuros.
Tudo é possível com o Dandelion. Deixe-me ver se o encontro.
Os negros, redanianos. Contanto que paguem e não batam. A gente pode mandar ver aqui.
Zoltan?
Geralt!
Foi bom falar com você, Zoltan. Te vejo mais tarde.
Cavaleiros negros, redanianos. Contanto que paguem e não batem. Bruto!
Como estão as coisas, Dudu?
Mais ou menos, eu acho. No passado podiam ter dito que eu teria dito maravilhosas, mas não posso reclamar. E estou inteiro, não estou...
Já considerou ir embora? Esquecer Novigrad de uma vez?
Pra quê? Pra pular da frigideira direto pro fogo? A guerra ainda não chegou até aqui. A fome ainda não bateu em nossa porta. Não que o futuro pareça lindo.
Mas você não precisa ser humano. Talvez você possa tentar outra coisa.
Já assumi muitas formas através dos anos. E apesar de tudo, a vida como um humano se mostrou a mais interessante. Afinal, vocês humanos é que mandam no mundo.
Já considerou?
Pra...
Mas você não precisa ser humano.
Já assumi muita...
Tenho que admitir, o seu Meng é uma imitação brilhante.
Não me lembre, eu tenho um pouco de nojo.
Ora, vamos, ele não era tão terrível.
Você não entende nada. Um dúplice assume mais do que a aparência externa de um homem. Eu descobri o que o canalha tinha na cabeça. Depois que me tornei ele, não passou uma hora e eu já tinha o impulso de quebrar os dedos de uma feiticeira. Depois de 2 horas, tinha vontade de empalar alguém. E imediatamente depois disso, eu percebi o medo paranoico de uma conspiração de dúplice.
Nanico Biberveldt deixa de ser um mercado de sucesso para ser pobre. Como?
Prefere a versão comprida ou a curta?
A curta, por favor.
A guerra.
Eu tinha a impressão de que mercadores engordavam em guerras.
Alguns sim, mas eu tenho uma séria falha de personalidade. Sou honesto. Eu não podia colher os lucros do sofrimento dos outros. Eu pagava as taxas. Eu nunca adulterava meus registros. E então um navio cheio de mercadorias minhas afundou. Eu dei um jeito, mas aí um segundo foi vítima de saqueadores de Skellig, o que me deixou falido. Quando a inflação chegou e as taxas de juros subiram, eu finalmente caí.
Cuide-se, Dudu.
Ah, esses intolerantes não têm astúcia para me
Calma! Bruxo! Cavaleiros Negros.
Lobos dormem noite adentro, morcegos voam ao relento, uma alma perdida que dorme jamais.
But finding me proved no simple task. For having fallen afoul of Novigrad's underworld bosses, I'd disappeared. Yet Geralt soon discovered my whereabouts, a cell in the dungeon of the Temple Guard. With the help of our friends, Geralt managed to free me. Good thing, too, for indeed I knew what had happened to Ciri. Sadly, she was no longer in Novigrad. Pursued by bandits, and cornered by the Temple Guard, she had disappeared in a flash of light and a gust of heat. Where to? This I did not know.
Looking for something unusual?
Black ones, the Danians, as long as they pay and don't hit.
Hey darling, like what you see?
Black ones, the Danians.
Help! Save me! I'm dying! Trouble?
Typicals. The eternal fire will light our way.
Open up!
And I thought you'd stop drinking with your mates.
You get what you say.
Take the word right out of my mouth.
Molly! Everything all right? Open up!
the ruckus about?
Polly and her half-brained fiancé. They're fighting. She's the only one in this town who knows anything about choreography, and that lummox won't let her work for me. Hold on. What are you doing here? We were gonna meet at the Rosemary.
We were, but you didn't show. Priscilla started to worry, so I came to see how you were doing.
Priscilla started worrying about me? That's so nice!
Less for her than for you, I'm sure. So let's get back.
Did you not hear what's going on in there? We've gotta help Polly. Why do beautiful women always end up with such dicks?
No idea. Stand back. I'll break the door down.
Wait! Do we have to destroy her house? She keeps a spare key around here somewhere.
How would you know she keeps a spare key around here?
It's not as if we started working together yesterday. Before Polly joined forces with Julio...
You'd visit her? Often?
I'd hide out here while Priscilla and Polly rehearsed at the Rosemary and Thyme. They worked on the dance numbers I composed.
So, Polly's not one of your...
I never mix business and pleasure.
The one exception being Priscilla.
Who you were just saying is worried about us. So enough of the chatter, and start looking.
Fine. Let's find the key.
Find anything?
Not here. Not here.
Damn it. Now where would she leave?
The key.
Whoa! What the devil's this? Get out of my house!
Watch it, and leave the woman alone.
What the... She's my betrothed.
But I'm not your property.
I love her. I'll not let her sway her ass in his brothel.
Whoa, slow down there a minute. This is clearly one gigantic misunderstanding. One I can clear up in the blink of an eye.
Shove your excuses up your ass. Sod off, or I'll split your skull.
My friend asked you nicely, so please be courteous in return and hear him out, or we'll settle this another way.
All right, talk.
Julio, right? Polly's told me so much about you. She said you're erudite and have an open mind.
You said that? Well, there's a truth to it. My mind's the open salt, but its open saltedness ends when my betrothed starts wagging her ass around brothels. Get out of here, both of yous. Polly's not going anywhere.
Let him finish. There's no brothel involved.
You see, friend, Geralt just hit the nail on the head. For what you have there is the old publicity placard.
Old?
Very. From a time when my establishment was under different management. I, however, would never let any indecency take place in my cabaret. My very reputation precludes it.
So, what's all this about?
Your betrothed is a first-class artiste, and I want to offer her a position worthy of her talents. She's to be my choreographer, and that in turn means she'll receive a share of the proceeds from every performance she choreographs.
You mean to say... coin?
And fame. No flirting required. You have my word.
Suppose... in that case...
I knew you'd agree.
It's settled then. See you at the Rosemary, Polly.
Well, I'm off.
I'll catch up to you. Whew. Never expected that to go so well.
Handled it well, Dandelion. Man was putty in your hands once you called him erudite.
In negotiation, as in combat, the key is to find your opponent's weak spot and exploit it to the hilt.
So, time to head back?
I've still got to stop by Rotlick's. Commissioned some new placards from him a while ago, but Hubio came across the old version. Plowing artists got some serious explaining to do.
Who's Rotlick?
Never heard of him? Hank Rotlick, famous portrait artist?
Commissioned a portrait artist to paint your placards?
Henry's an old friend, needed the coin. And I decided we needed new placards to promote the opening performance. Seats won't fill themselves, you know.
I'll go see Rotlick. You head back to the Rosemary, where Priscilla will have my head.
Really? You'd go?
No, said that for the hell of it. Tell me where he lives.
Portside.
See you soon.
Right cabbage last night. Head feels like a full of sauerkraut.
Help some fellas out, Master. We're a bit of coin short another round.
'Cause we're comrades, see? Witcher, ain't you? We're butchers. You slaughter, we slaughter.
Except witches earn more. Old villagers pitch in. Lords out with their purses. Ladies do like with their legs.
Guess I've been to the wrong villages. Dealt with the wrong lords and ladies.
Come on, don't make us beg. What's the witcher for, anyways? To help men in need.
You boys look tired. Probably ought to go home now.
Well, how long we been drinking now?
2 days. Well said, Master. Home we will go.
What was it happened to Foltest again?
Looking for Rotlick.
You ain't alone. Damn halfling's in debt to half the city, but I'm here to scrape mine before the carcass is picked clean.
It's not enough for everyone, so bugger off. Feeding time's first come, first served.
You're not gonna rob him.
Strange, don't recall asking your permission. Get him, Fred! You won't make this mutant. Yeah.
Let's end this.
Tell me what you want, damn it!
Placards.
There ain't no ploughing placards here.
And Rotlick, where's he?
Same place as always. Vehicle bud estate. Losing his last crowns at the races.
See? Wasn't that easy? Could have said so right away.
Gonna be sick.
Trouble?
It's never too late to see the
The thinking customer will see right away. Let's deal with this. strength for anything. Well, Rutlick, seems you're a considerable sum in the vet. But you shot.
You Rotlick?
Henri Rotlick, artist, painter, debtor, and martyr to my art. At your service.
Dandelion sent me.
Oh, yes. Tell him his placards are done and safely hidden away. Yet, alas, I cannot fetch them, as a group of angry creditors has seized my home.
Think I might have run into one of them.
Then you know my predicament. And now, Count de Louverton has offered me the chance to win it all back. Time to wager on a race.
Generous. Not just anybody could afford to do that.
De Louverton is not just anybody. He's Duke Sam's youngest son. Sam, one debt more.
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
I've had a spell of bad luck lately. Should I agree to de Louverton's offer and lose, I shall be in bondage to him for all time.
Listen, all I really want are the placards. Tell me where you tucked them away and I'll be out of your hair.
Forgive me, I cannot. I hid them with family heirlooms that would work those barbarians lurking outside my home into a slavering frog.
Then go fetch them yourself. I'll wait here.
If I show my face there without coin, they'll beat me to a pulp. I must win back my debt somehow, or else I'll never return home.
Let's do this. I'll enter the race. You'll bet on me, win, pay your debts, then give me the placards.
You were that good a rider?
Far from the worst. Go tell the Count you accept his offer.
The strength for anything.
Thank you. I never expected this. May I ask to what I owe this generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary in time, just as soon as I settle my obligations.
Fine. See you there.
Oh, watch it.
Gods and men, come struck with awe. Behold, merely
duty calls.
Ever heard the legends of the White Wolf?
Father Chameleon! Grand opening tonight!
Grand indeed. A performance by the illustrious duo, Master Dandelion and Priscilla.
So, we start in G major, and
I've told you, the piece is sad, melancholy. It needs a minor key.
But I wanted to ruin everything.
We're starting here.
Well, well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
I love it. Especially the, accoutrements on the wall.
Priscilla picked them.
Well, I must admit, you have great taste. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placards?
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great! The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary and Thyme wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just a better ring to it all round.
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers. Premier will have the audience on their feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
Seems my cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Why not?
That's my boy. The foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking.
He saw right.
And she say anything about me?
She said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible, got your feet planted firmly on the ground.
You're pulling my leg.
Not this time. One thing's eating me. How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Oh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the cloak and the dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am? course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla, she's...
What? Speak, man.
She's badly, been attacked. They took her to Vulmerius Hospital.
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
Well, I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
So this was no ordinary attack, no robbery.
Clearly not. It was the act of a demented mind, and not its first.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart? You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him. And kill him.
Don't need any convincing. Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morning star, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers? Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
You lead.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took matters into my own hands.
At no charge. You damned idealists, ruining the market for us.
Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Excellent fool!
Sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Troberet. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count. Take the ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcutter.
calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood?
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel?
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the...
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded. Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor. His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
All right. Think I know enough.
enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted, drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old
Hubert taught me the rudiments of...
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years...
Woodcarver's body.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him...
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in.
You did, but...
Out of the question.
As your reverence wishes.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So...
Thank you.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who...
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was... Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner.
I know him, thus I avoid...
I decide when we're
An old story, but if you insist... The student What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him.
As do I. At the hospital.
And I'll keep my eye on...
Damn mages. this poor weather.
A storm, damn it.
Bloody bandits! Can't go out in the streets no more! Your average
Shit all around.
King of beggars. Get no mercy no matter who you are. Hide the windows.
You Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue?
Fabian? Oh, yeah.
One of them? So they're...
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walker.
Some things are best left unsaid.
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them?
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. You search Fabian?
Well, I cost an eye in his pot.
I call a spade a spade. You...
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern.
Talk. What did you find on him?
I had you wish. Triflings, baubles, gloss-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some... Oi, fucking hell! What was that for?
For everything.
Oh, Lydica! Just last even time.
Wonder what this means. Looks like a drop of some sort.
Awful pale. Yeah.
Hey, handsome.
Grab him!
Sis, that him?
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
That's it. Gonna gut you clean, you ass. Bloody hell. Eye for an eye. No!
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return?
I know. Here to look for clues.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell...
You and Priscilla...
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid... I was looking to give her pouring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes.
Priscilla wasn't the
Oh, dearie, this didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk...
Take care now. I gotta look around some more.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But...
Oh, my head's ringing.
A brazier. This time of year?
Awful.
I know that smell. Formaldehyde. Man's footprint. The murderers, maybe. Weighed on his heel. Took a step back. Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way. Trail ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Hey, you! Yes, you! You got water on the...
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you.
Oh, it's everywhere. I see it all around.
Life's wet enough in the gutter.
Anyone home?
Begone, or I'll sick me hounds on ye. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer. Looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on then. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft. Even I.
Got someone particular?
Sure as shite. Soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I run to a mate who raised his fighting dogs. But these two...
So who might you...
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family, or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Tell me what you know about the murder.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna... See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze, and found
Talk to your neighbours. They see anything?
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleating orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to...
Tell me...
'Twas like this. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze, and found Phoebe...
Talk to your neighbours.
Claimed not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk...
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
Oh, you were a good dwarf. Craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we took to following one in particular, he'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch! Human dish rag!"
Know where I can find her?
City cemetery. She died a few days.
Fine. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs. Aye.
Fine. Need to look around.
Be my guest.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones. Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Someone dragged something across the floor. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly. Mind if I go inside?
I've not even peeked inside since...
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless... somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind. Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten. Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it.
Aye.
Had a look at your skull.
What?
The women especially.
Oh, aye. Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother, tits like that. And sell they did. Till one sermon at the temple, and the celebrating reverend said that whoso buys idols from the non-human Myers sins too.
Already know what happened. Fabian was in the workshop. Murderer attacked him there. They struggled. Fabian was overpowered, then tortured. For a time.
I needn't know the details. Truth be told, I hadn't the stomach for him.
When it was over, the murderer dragged Fabian to the courtyard, then made a pyre of sculptures, set them aflame.
But why?
To teach a lesson. To... Fine. Won't learn anything else.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem...
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had... Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter.
Von Grad's told me...
Ah. Doubtless you've heard how I had the noble leader of the student protesters thrown in prison. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity. Joachim had been my favorite student, but... alas, I had to do something. So I reported it. Whereas Joachim... oh, fate's ironies.
How old's Von Grad's? 50?
53, I believe.
You look a little young.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of
Who's the victim?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this...
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire.
Yeah, mortals. Not fun.
Very few people. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner. Hard to be fond of some...
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus... Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and...
A message from the murderer. Then... Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Gotta find her.
What are you waiting for, Geralt? The murderer could already be at the Vegelbud residence.